Hello, this is MIT OpenCourseWare-centric wiki World University and Schools monthly business meeting on Saturday, March 16th, 2024 at 12 noon Eastern Time, 9 a.m. Pacific Time. Check your time zone to join this monthly business meeting, loosely conducted in the manner of Quakers. I'm holding up a sticker for MIT OpenCourseWare-centric wiki World University and Schools current active websites, especially on Twitter. I haven't received any communications saying that people will join us. So I would just like to go through the agenda items, and in seeking to further grow MIT OpenCourseWare-centric wiki World University and School for free degrees, with an invitation to join these monthly business meetings as ocw.mit.edu WUAS for free WUS degrees, bachelor, PhD, law, MD, IB, high school, and similar AAAS degrees, first two years of undergraduate degree, a degree, master's degrees, grow in each of 200 countries at the nation states wiki subject at World University and School, and in their main languages at the languages wiki subject at World University and School, as well as wiki schools in all 7,164 known living languages, also from the languages wiki subject. You will eventually be able to go to that languages wiki subject and pick your language, your native language, your home language from 7,000 languages, and start to teach, wiki teach and wiki learn, and grow with a community of speakers there. And for free universal education. So agenda item 1 for the World University and School wing, the first of 2 WUAS wings, accreditation developments. This has to do with World University and School having the green light to accredit with the Middle States Commission on Higher Education, with offices in the greater Philadelphia, Pennsylvania area, as well as to license with the state of Pennsylvania's Department of Education. So MIT OpenCourseWare-centric wiki World University and School is very glad to have attended a first online Middle States Commission on Higher Education panel presentation. And MISH, again, is an accreditation agency with offices in the greater Philadelphia area, and asked questions in this panel as another big step towards WUAS accreditation with a green light to proceed. The panel presentation was titled "The Complexity of Leadership, Enhancing and Empowering Governing Boards and Presidents." And there's a recording in the WUS agenda and news, and I'll post this recording from this Middle States Commission on Higher Education panel presentation to the World University and School minutes for today's monthly business meeting as well as some materials. Agenda item 1A, new dynamics in aging and aging reversal. So in this Middle States Commission on Higher Education, there was talk of how Pennsylvanians aged 25 to 64 were declining in number as prospective students. And in World University and School asking about this, and with regard to very new and emerging extreme longevity and aging reversal genetic drug therapies, and people living far longer than before, ever, so possibly be longer than 122 years of age, even, and for growing potential student bodies from new dynamics in aging. How would this work? Could colleges and universities in Pennsylvania, and especially World University and School, plan for prospective students who are over 122 years of age in the future? And with aging reversal genetic drugs, if we are able to become younger, so if we are able to become 25-year-olds in a 150-year-old body, what implications does that have for these online free MIT OpenCourseware-centric World University and School degrees? Would we teach courses that would be focused for 25-year-olds or 150-year-olds differentially? And also, if we could scroll back or time slide back to World University and School's high school degree age, what implications do aging reversal genetic drugs have for learning? So would World University and School be able to teach toward 15-year-olds for people who were engaging these aging reversal genetic drugs in these regards? This is out of the box thinking, and there is a new aging reversal genetics wiki subject at World University and School. Check it out, wiki.worlduniversityandschool.org/aging_reversal_genetics, those 3 words capitalized. So I created a set of tweets in these regards to help clarify what I'm asking. New dynamics in aging with aging reversal, extreme longevity, gene therapies, and regarding enrollment opportunities for Pennsylvanians 18 years of age to 64 years of age, and regarding Middle States Commission on Higher Education WUS accreditation, and potentially also for Pennsylvanians aged 65 to 150-year-olds plus, for free MIT OpenCourseware-centric World University and School online bachelor, PhD, law, MD, IB high school or similar, AA, AS, and MA, MS degrees. Fascinating times we live in, as by one suggestion, I think from George Church, the Harvard and MIT professor of genetics, we might have early FDA-approved aging reversal and extreme longevity genetics drugs by the year 2030. So agenda item 2, I'm glad the 3 WUAS legal entities have done their filings, their tax filings, their related administrative filings for 2023 now. The first for the World University and School 501c3, a US federal tax-exempt entity, we did on January 3rd through filing a 990N through an organization called file990.org, and that cost $54.99. The second one we did regarding the World University and School as a California exempt legal entity, and filed their statement of information with California Biz file on January 21st, 2024, with a $20 filing fee. And for that, I had to use a physical address in California. So I used, as the president and CEO of World University and Schools, 670 Ridgecrest Road, Canyon, California, 94516, where I lived for about 13 years until September of 2020, and where in which Canyon's U.S. Post Office, World University and Schools Post Office box still is at P.O. Box 442, Canyon, California, 94516. And so glad to have filed those two exempt legal entity filings. And thirdly, just on Wednesday, March 13th, a couple of days ago, 2024, the WUAS Corporation password, I received a reminder to change this for the WUAS Corporation General Stock Company legal entity in the state of California, having gotten the reminder from the Franchise Tax Board, FTB, in the state of California at the website ftb.ca.gov/myftb. And I changed this, in effect, doing our filing for the second wing of World University and School, this for-profit general stock company legal entity in the state of California, the WUAS Corporation. So WUAS is both a 501c3 tax-exempt U.S. federal organization and a for-profit general stock company in California legal entity, second wing, with amazing synergies between these two wings, both planned in all 200 countries and in all 7,164 known living languages. And in WUAS, planning to code for all 7.9 billion people on the planet, each a Wikidata PIN number from you at World University, the wiki subject. Agenda item 3, just checking if people might join us spontaneously. So this has to do with Estonia World University and School, and World University and Schools seeking to create 200 online major MIT OpenCourseWare-centric WUAS universities for free online to students' degrees. And so in Estonia, in Estonian. And this is a fascinating idea to create a pop-up MIT OpenCourseWare-centric wiki Estonia World University and School. And in communication with a university in Estonia and its rector, whom I know from a few years ago in the Boston area, Meelis Kitsing at ebs.ee. So I created 2 sets of tweets in these regards. Ter Meelis. Ter in Estonian means greetings, T-E-R-E. Ter Meelis, Dr. Meelis Kitsing. And I connected with him on LinkedIn in 2014. There's a fascinating video of him speaking innovatively about the possibilities for online education, and was inquiring about an Estonia World University and School and Estonian language, in the Estonian language, and with Wikidata in Wikipedia's 326 languages, and regarding WUAS Wikidata, and with large language models data, potentially in a realistic virtual Earth. So a realistic virtual Earth for Estonia. And a second set of tweets, in a related vein, a free ocw.mit.edu-centric wiki pop-up university, a hashtag WUAS pop-up on Twitter for hashtag Estonia WUAS in Estonian, Dr. Meelis Kitsing WS Estonian with Pi cryptocurrency. Minepi.com/SGKMAC is where you can get it. as World University and School codes for all 7.9 billion people. So how would this work in Estonia and potentially in communication with Rector Meelis Kitsing? I emailed Meelis Kitsing, who I just found online again after meeting him either in 2014 or even in 2006 or 7 in Harvard University Berkman Center for Internet and Society circles. And I wrote to Kit Meelis, greetings from Western Pennsylvania, not far from where you went to high school in Ohio, if I remember correctly. Excuse me, WUAS is continuing with the accreditation process with Middle States Commission on Higher Education with offices in the greater Philadelphia area and licensing with the state of Pennsylvania's Department of Education for free MIT OpenCourseware-centric WUAS degrees, first in English from people's homes in all 200 countries. So free open wiki schools in Estonian too are coming, like on the wiki subjects main page at World University and School, but in Estonian. And seeking to develop all of this further in a realistic virtual earth for STEM, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. So think Google Street View with Time Slider as a realistic virtual earth for business. In that Meelis Kitsing is the rector of the Estonian Business School, ebs.ee. And regarding a realistic virtual earth for Lego robotics, and the WS Educational Services stores, WS bookstores, are authorized carriers of Lego robotics kits. So I wrote to Meelis Kitsing, what about a WUS bookstore, computer store, robotics store, department store, WUS Educational Services store in Tallinn or Estonia or similar? So this would also be with potentially a Siemens digital building twin in a very innovative way for reinventing the bookstore and with Lego robotics. So could World University and School WUS Corporation put a flagship WUS bookstore with a digital building twin in Estonia, in Tallinn perhaps, and for educational services for Estonians interested in free MIT OpenCourseware-centric WUS degrees? Best regards, friendly greetings, kindly, Scott. Agenda item 4. Elizabeth Warren, the US Senator from Massachusetts and the Harvard University law professor, recently posted about the chaos in the country of Haiti. And so I, in a set of tweets, responded to this further, and with the possibility of a Haiti World University and School in French and in Haitian Creole for free WUS degrees in Haiti right now. At Senator Warren on Twitter, at Sen Warren. Let's get free MIT OpenCourseware-centric World University and School, university and high school degrees, baccalaureate, PhD, law, MD, IB, similar, AA, masters in WUS French and WUS Creole to Haiti now, ? And via Haiti newspapers, including Les Nouvellistes and Bliss and Haiti Progress. And this is retweeting Senator Elizabeth Warren's tweet. The chaos in Haiti is gut-wrenching. The Haitian people deserve fair and fair elections and safety from violence. I'm monitoring this crisis that is deeply personal for the Haitian community in Massachusetts. Parole has been a lifeline and we must ensure protections for asylum. There's a fascinating possibility for World University and School to hire Haitians in Massachusetts and in Haiti as well to translate MIT OpenCourseWare courses for free World University and School degrees in Haiti and for Haitians everywhere. And in a related vein, there were a couple of other tweets in response to Senator Elizabeth Warren's tweet. One from a Steve Carlson, why don't you personally go to Haiti to help out? And another from a Will Harter. Didn't Hillary Clinton loot Haiti while her staff was trafficking children into the Dominican Republic? I think World University and School, in calling for abolition and in seeking to offer a Haiti World University and School for Haitians online now, could potentially address both of these Twitter responses to Senator Elizabeth Warren. Agenda item 5. Fascinating and hopeful July 18th, 2023 Fortune article with regards to genetic aging reversal, and quote, in just 1 week, ... a step towards affordable whole body rejuvenation. Wow, possibly FDA approved by 2030. So the title of this Fortune article is Harvard scientists have identified a drug combo that may reverse aging in just 1 week, a step towards affordable whole body rejuvenation. So this is exciting for World University and School aging reversal and extreme longevity foci as well. In a related vein, after Eleanor Carlson, a professor of genetics and zoology, I think at UMass Amherst Chan in the medical school too, retweeted a Harvard professor, Chinese professor Heng Li, Hengli, and regarding his coding, he had tweeted something controversial about moth language being the high performance language he would recommend over, for example, Python. So this agenda item 5A, professor, is a set of tweets. Professor Heng Li, LH3H3 is his Twitter feed. Clinical trials with packets in the mail. So send drug substances through the mail with packets in the mail for clinical trials at World University and School is an idea we've been exploring for a long time, potentially to do clinical trials that would meet FDA standards and with speakers of all 7,000 languages. And to Professor Heng Li, code and print synthetic aging reversal drugs from home, from ones and zeros. And regarding this Fortune article on aging reversal from July of 2023, and the clinical trials wiki subject is at World University and School for speakers of all languages. And potentially, there's also a Twitter post from George Church, Harvard professor of genetics, on prolactin, a synthetic potential aging reversal, I think, molecule or similar. And for 7.9 billion people, could we do clinical trials and print synthetic aging reversal drugs from home from ones and zeros for clinical trials too, for all 7.9 billion people, or with 7.9 billion people and at World University, all online. And this retweets FDA, Food and Drug Administration's Twitter post. FDA supports the administration's cancer moonshot goal of addressing inequities in cancer care, helping to ensure that every community in America has access to cutting-edge cancer diagnostics, therapeutics, and clinical trials. This was posted by Dr. Rob Califf, the FDA commissioner, who retweeted a Health and Human Services.gov Twitter post, hhs.gov. Twitter feed is hhs.gov, hhs.gov. To date, from the President's Office of the United States, Cancer Moonshot has announced roughly 50 new programs, policies, and resources. More than 100 private companies, nonprofits, academic institutions, and patient groups have also stepped up with new actions and collaborations. Great. These are fascinating developments for aging reversal genetic drugs for clinical trials and potentially regarding the physical and the digital, with a conversation between digital processes and actual real on-the-ground processes emerging thanks to the information age and the information technology revolution. Agenda item 6, de-extinct the woolly mammoth virtually to Professor George Church in an emerging WUAS multimedia barn in Canyon 94516. Think Google Street View with Time Slider, Gmaps, Google Maps, Google Earth, TensorFlow AI, and with the Apple Vision Pro digital mask. So could we create this woolly mammoth virtually in a multimedia barn, a multimedia room? And I just came across this morning in an exciting way a new instantiation of this, which I'll add to the minutes. And it is in a YouTube video titled How to View Google Street View in a Smart Meeting Room. So it has Google Street View on 3 or 4 sides of the room. So the whole walls are Google Street View images. And one wall connects with another wall at the right angle, bringing both views of Google Street View together as one. And so this is the first example I've seen of the beginnings of a potential fascinating new Google Street View with Time Slider multimedia room. Further in a set of tweets, how to time slide back to the woolly mammoths epoch or era. That's from about 2.6 million years ago, I think, to 11,500 years ago, or even as recently as 4,000 years ago, with isolated populations in what are now Alaska and Siberia. How to time slide back to the woolly mammoths epoch as a species and have a mammoth walk through the middle of this smart meeting room, which you can see in How to View Google Street View in a Smart Meeting Room YouTube video. And then further, with the mammoth walking through the middle of the room, which isn't yet possible, but perhaps with a whole series of projection lights and cameras around all 4 top sides of the room, then zoom into the Google Cell View level and the Google Molecule View level, and to view mammoth genes in the middle of this room with even a second living elephant projected in this Google Street View smart meeting room. So a non-extinct elephant. And I think George Church has in mind adding woolly mammoth genes to a living elephant. And further, in this how to view Google Street View in a smart meeting room with a mammoth walking through the middle of the room, potentially zooming into Google Molecule View, how to view this further with the Apple Vision Pro digital mask for yet more information and more ways of potentially doing science. Exciting possibilities, fascinating developments with this smart meeting room, and for possibly in expanding approaches to research in aging reversal and extreme longevity, as well as de-extincting the woolly mammoth. So agenda item 6A, an aging reversal machine. Set of tweets, much to learn from creative de-extinction of the woolly mammoth for extreme longevity genetics, especially in a realistic virtual earth for species, a realistic virtual earth for genomics, a realistic virtual earth for genetics, and think G Street View with time slider even as aging reversal machine and at World University and School. And their critiques of the woolly mammoth de-extinction project in a Harvard Crimson article on reviving and restoring the woolly mammoth, including seeing its strengths too. And agenda item 6B, again, an aging reversal machine. I think I shared this in a Monday WS News and Question and Answer not long ago. An aging reversal machine from these 8 tweets from Alex Plesa, another Harvard researcher in aging reversal, in ICOR, and with a hashtag CRISPR-Cas9, gene editing, gene splicing, I think genetic scissors technology, and this set of tweets is addressed to Alex Plesa and George Church and Peter Norvig. And think in Google Street View with time slider, G-cell view, G-molecule view in hashtag one realistic virtual earth for genomics, one realistic virtual earth for genetics. And retweeting Alex Place's Twitter post, can we reverse aging? 7 years ago, Ocampo et al. Showed that partial reprogramming can ameliorate aging hallmarks, but OSKM, the Yamanaka factors, OSKM induction has safety limitations and no new factors have emerged since. And there's a bioRxiv article. Here in the bioRxiv article, scientific paper, we use screens to find new rejuvenation factors. And there's a set of 8 tweets in these regards, plus 2. Agenda item 7. This is an question mark, an opt-in approach to extreme longevity genetic drug therapies, or an opt-out approach. If and as genetic therapies that are affordable become FDA approved for extreme longevity and aging reversal, agenda item 7A, an opt-in approach to extreme longevity genetic drug therapies. A US federal postal employee with FERS, F-E-R-S, an acronym for one of 3 postal system retirement plans, I think. So not the other 2. She did not have the other 2 US postal retirement systems. Just told me when I asked if she might want to live to 150 years of age with genetic drug therapies, that she said quite explicitly that she would not. Interesting. So would an opt-in approach be sensible or similar as 7.9 billion people living through more than 150 years of age, with increase of population, would create considerable challenges for the planet. For example, much to think about and plan for. Agenda item 7B, could WUAS, with our partnering email from Stanford MinePi cryptocurrency, explore making Pi available early on in the US federal government, say in the US federal postal system, US Postal Service, in all 3 retirement systems experimentally, and as an official US cryptocurrency, to build out further, for example, the information technology systems with the Federal Reserve, with the MinePi network, and with regards to the partnering letter that MIT OpenCourseware-centric wiki World University and School WUS Corporation has, and regarding possibly aging reversal genetic drug therapies and avatar agent electronic health records in these regards. Agenda item 8, Wiki World University and School. For example, the wiki.worlduniversityandschool.org/wiki/subjects wiki's main page, where you can wiki teach or wiki learn. And to see how it works further, please check out a wiki subject and add a new MIT OpenCourseware course, for example, from ocw.mit.edu to a subject that doesn't have that particular course where it's relevant, just to see how it works. And with an invitation to study and learn from MIT OpenCourseware and Yale Open Yale courses, and from the wiki subjects at World University and School that are both academic and creative. So the creative ones might not have as much MIT OpenCourseware on, but they would have lots of other resources and teachings and learnings and links. So regarding Wiki World University and School, agenda item 8A, people may need help with editing, curating, and teaching to and learning from, so wiki-wise, so wiki teaching, with this wiki school, wiki subject. How best to build this help in, and in a very different way from Wikipedia's approach with their, for example, notability criteria. And agenda item 8B, how also to stay away from organized crime internationally at Wiki World University and School regarding wiki teaching and learning, and their possible emergent networks. And in WUAS, seeking to code for all 7.9 billion people on the planet, and speakers of all 7,164 known living languages in 200 countries especially, as wiki teachers and learners, and in growing communities of speakers online at World University and School. These are important questions, and perhaps Wikidata can help with this. The organization in Germany that creates this backend structured knowledge database with many database resources for emerging artificial intelligence and machine learning. Someone edited World University and School's wiki recently. I wondered whether they were involved in international organized crime, for example, and as World University and School seeks to grow an abolition movement to abolish the wrongful buying and selling of people in the illegal sex, drugs, and violence, et cetera, industries internationally and their latent networks of violence. And I wondered how to navigate the question of moderating this edition. wiki edition, and in seeking to navigate away from organized crime, for example, at World University and School, as we seek to code for all 7.9 billion people on the planet, and in order to protect people. So the changing wings now, moving to the second of two WUAS wings, the WUAS Corporation, WUAS Press, which website currently is worlduniversityandschool.org/academicpress.html. 4 agenda items. The flagship WUS bookstore on Walnut Street in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and see the WUS bookstore WUS business plan. There's a relatively new WUS business plan, MIT OpenCourseWare-centric wiki, World University and School, WUS educational services stores for books, computers, robotics, business plan for a startup business 2024 in a GDocs, which is document which is accessible from the 2 agenda and newses posted on Thursday, March 14th, 2024 in World University and Schools blog and my blog, scott-macleod.blogspot.com, as well as will be posted today in the minutes in those 2 blogs from World University and Schools monthly business meeting. Lots of fascinating potential for a flagship WUS bookstore to reinvent the bookstore. So this would be the basis in the beginning of the WUS educational services stores, department stores, and potentially in all 200 countries and in their main languages. Check out the business plan. Agenda item B. So recently, World University and School attended a Siemens digital building twin presentation. And agenda item B has to do with digital building twin for WUAS Lego Robotics 2. So the question I have in communicating with Siemens digital building twin department or agency or group, and Igor Starkov is the founder, or I think, of Ecodomus and the head of it. In what ways could the digital building twin become a parallel, virtual, realistic bookstore? In what ways could the WUS bookstore, the flagship WUS bookstore, digital building twin, become a parallel, virtual, realistic bookstore to a physical bookstore, computer store, robotics store, educational services store, say on Walnut Street in the old Williams-Sonoma building, and with Siemens digital building twins systems. And a related set of tweets, flagship WUS bookstore on Walnut Street, Pittsburgh, PA, with Siemens digital building twin, with a physical digital realistic virtual earth for Lego robotics, of which WUS educational services stores, WUS Press, are authorized Lego robotics kits carriers, and as well with a realistic virtual earth for robotics from Google Street View. So this would open up a whole range of virtual Lego robotics possibilities with artificial intelligence and machine learning on the virtual side in the bookstore too, but also from home, from multimedia rooms, if there was this digital building twin that allowed us to build physical Lego robotics and with correspondent virtual Lego robotics with large language models and reinforcement learning, for example, with language, with digital robotics builds. And could we build this in using, for example, the above smart office with Google Street View, with all four walls being Google Street View as part of this realistic, this digital building twin, the WS bookstore flagship, WS Educational Services Store's digital building twin. So there'd sort of be a virtual bookstore inside a physical bookstore, and they would relate. And you would go into such a physical bookstore, virtual bookstore, and enter also MIT OpenCourseWare-centric Wiki World University and School with access to free online degrees from home, and first by potentially connecting in such bookstores. So this retweets, this set of tweets retweets a Siemens Infrastructure USA tweet. Increase your return on investment, ROI, by providing state-of-the-art infrastructure with our newest software, Building X Lifecycle Twin. This tech creates a digital twin of your building, permitting you to explore and analyze building information and optimize operations in new, more sustainable ways. And in these regards, I also sent Igor Starkov and Steve Will, both at Siemens, an email after their great presentation. And I want to share this email with you because it has 4 further points that potentially clarify the above with regards to the flagship WS bookstore and a digital building twin as a way to reinvent the bookstore even, or the department store, or the educational services stores at World University and School in the remaining 12 minutes of monthly business meeting. And for the record, also, much of this is in my blogs and in some WS News and question and answers on Mondays at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. But I will add this to today's World University and School monthly business meeting as well. Dear Igor and Steve, greetings from CC4 licensed MIT OpenCourseWare-centric Wiki World University and School and the WUS Educational Services Stores for Books, Computers, Robotics, and Hospital Technologies Plus, planned in each of all 200 countries and in their main languages, as well as in all 7,164 known living languages, with an academic press at WUAS with machine translation, machine learning, and large language models. And thanks for your fantastic Siemens presentation recently in Digital Building Twin, streamline your infrastructure operations. That was the title of their presentation. I've posted the questions I asked in the question and answer in the middle of during the presentation below, and brainstorming. Lastly, how could MIT OpenCourseWare-centric Wiki World University and School possibly adapt the Siemens digital building twin software for academic research, and uniquely in creating a realistic virtual Harbin Hot Springs, my ethnographic field site, and regarding my first book, and see below, in one realistic virtual Earth, with a realistic virtual Earth for STEM as field sites and classrooms too. I'm thinking in terms of Google Street View with Time Slider and soaking in the Harbin Hot Springs warm pool virtually from home in our bathtubs too, but also for studying the brain and body-mind with iterating brainwave headsets and digital masks and similar headbands, etc., while people are soaking at actual Harbin Hot Springs and potentially also at virtual Harbin Hot Springs in digital masks and in WS multimedia rooms and more from home. Continuing on in the email I sent to them, these are the questions I asked in the Q&A. First one, great. in the life cycle of digital building twin itself, are you planning for moving from the virtual world building in 3D that's cartoon-esque a little bit like Second Life was, and perhaps in their remarkable industrial metaverse 3D virtual world that they shared so much of, to a realistic virtual Earth, conceptually like Google Street View with time slider, and even in aqueous environments too, and for n-dimensionality, realistic modeling at different scales. Greetings from MIT OpenCourseWare-centric wiki, World University and School WUAS, and Pennsylvania. Friendly regards, Scott. Secondly, two, Igor and Steve, also that I asked during this presentation. Fantastic. Could Siemens potentially build out the digital twin of a first MIT OpenCourseWare-centric wiki, World University and School WUS Educational Services bookstore in the old Williams-Sonoma building on Walnut Street, in the Shadyside community of Pittsburgh, PA, and in conjunction with Google Street View with Time Slider, Gmaps, with Google Sketchpad 2, which is Google's, could be possibly a Google architectural sketchpad for all of us in 3D and dimensionality. To reinvent the bookstore, computer store, robotics store, retail and department stores with multimedia rooms, augmented reality, artificial intelligence, holograms, and most significantly, for a physical, digital, realistic virtual Earth for Lego robotics, of which the WS Educational Services stores are an authorized carrier, and hashtag a realistic virtual Earth for robotics, not just Lego. I've been in communication with Peter Norvig, a head of Google AI and a Stanford Education Fellow, as well as Lego Education about this many times, and regarding Peter's Lego Institute 2. Scott, and I included a picture in this question during the presentation of the Williams-Sonoma building, old store, as well as a picture of a Lego robot that I had built out of Lego Spike Prime, and another picture of a first book that the WS bookstore will carry, Naked Harbin Ethnography, Hippies, Counterculture, Clothing Optionality, Warm Pools, and Virtual Harbin, my first book from 2016, in a Twitter post, and the WS Press Twitter feed for the WS Educational Services stores for books, computers, and robotics, as well as the WS Press planned in 7,168 for known living languages with machine translation. Thirdly, I asked in this presentation in the text, in what ways could the digital building twin become a parallel virtual realistic bookstore to a physical bookstore, computer store, robotics store at WS Educational Services stores, planned also in all 200 countries and in their main languages, and one with Siemens digital building twins systems. And again, the set of tweets I read above, flagship WS bookstore on Walnut Street, Pittsburgh, PA, with Siemens digital building twin with a physical digital realistic virtual Earth for Lego robotics, of which the WS Educational Services stores at the WS Press are authorized Lego robotics kits carriers, and a realistic virtual Earth for robotics from Google Street View. So thanks so much to Steve and Igor. How best please to proceed, since WUS has no money to speak of whatsoever? Best regards, Scott G.K. MacLeod. So in the remaining 5 minutes in this monthly business meeting, agenda item C, in what ways could Chase Bank and Siemens code together for the WS books, the WS Corporation, to list on stock exchanges in both California and in Germany? So World University and School is potentially interested in listing on the new emerging Silicon Valley long-term stock exchange, possibly on the Berlin Stock Exchange, where Siemens has been listed on the Berlin Stock Exchange for 125 around 125 years per their a history Twitter post. So a set of tweets in these regards reads, in what ways could Chase Bank with Siemens code in a realistic virtual universe for the WS Corporation at WS Press at World University and School with Stanford Mine Pi, hashtag Pi cryptocurrency, on the Silicon Valley Long-Term Stock Exchange at LTSE and the Berlin Stock Exchange, possibly the NASDAQ Stock Exchange as well, to list the WS Corporation in California and Germany, possibly other places in the US. This retweets Siemens' tweet, today we're celebrating our 125th year on the stock exchange. On March 8th, 1899, Siemens shares were traded for the first time on the floor of the Berlin Stock Exchange. We're one of the oldest continuously listed companies in Germany's stock exchange history. And that's hashtag Siemens history. So last agenda item D on the WS Corporation side, abolition, so abolish the wrongful buying and selling of people in the illegal sex, drugs, and violence, exotic animals, weapons, nuclear, etc. industries, and their latent networks of violence too. Abolition and Stanford Mine Pi cryptocurrency, and the WUS Corporation for all 7.9 billion people on the planet to end poverty worldwide, each a Wikidata PIN number. In what ways could Stanford Mine Pi cryptocurrency, with its know your customer approach as well, work with law and law enforcement as well to help grow an abolition movement, to protect people, potentially with the Pi cryptocurrency as a way to navigate questions of abolition in it possibly being construable in legal terms, law enforcement terms, as different from money for a whole variety of reasons. So how to grow an abolition movement, and with Stanford Mine Pi cryptocurrency and regarding the WS Corporation for all 7.9 billion people on the planet to end poverty worldwide, and each a Wikidata PIN number. So agenda item E, just to close, upcoming Society, Information Technology in the Global University book is forthcoming. And I've created 4 videos in the past 2 or 3 weeks regarding the last part of the book on the global university. These 4 videos are a history of World University and School, potentially for chapters 9 forward. And they're accessible at youtube.com/Scott MacLeod World University, as will today's recording of monthly business meeting, and potentially this book will be published to paper in a new way, and these videos will be a correlative history, potentially different from the book. I'm harvesting my blog from 2008 when I first began the blog and started also writing about a global university, World University and School, like Wikipedia with MIT OpenCourseWare. And I'm seeking to proceed from these video recordings in further shaping the writing of my book, Society, Information Technology in the Global University, planned in 200 countries, where World University and School with MIT OpenCourseWare is planned in 200 countries, and in 7,164 known living languages as wiki schools for free MIT OpenCourseWare-centric WUAS degrees, and with wiki schools for communities of people, of speakers of all 7,164 living languages. That's all for today's monthly business meeting on March 16th, 2024, Saturday. The next WUAS news and question and answer will be on Monday, March 18th at 10 a.m. Eastern Time, 7 a.m. Pacific Time. Check your time zone to join this. And I'll add the video recording from today's monthly business meeting to the 2 active Twitter feeds at World University and School, twitter.com/WORLD, UNIVANDSCH, twitter.com/WUASPRESS, as well as to youtube.com/videos/Scott MacLeod World University. Until next time, till Monday, next monthly business meeting is third Saturday of the month in April. Bye for now.